everybody. Welcome back to another Raw Read pop up. Yes, I am popping up. Why? Because we have something to talk about. I have been in these internet streets, and y'all know I have ran across something I want us to kiki about, something to chit chat about, something for us to lean in close and whisper and be messy about. Yes, 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 I have. Now, most of the stuff that's going on in these internet streets is about dragging that Sophie Kenduka. Now they are dragging her up and down these streets. I don't know when they're gonna let that woman go. The squatties just got them 2 or 3 chin hairs and they will not let go. They keep dragging her. But I didn't find anything new on her today. So that is not what I'm gonna talk about today in this pop-up. I'm gonna talk about, the hearing for Rayback. Harry is having that hearing. I think it's going to be tomorrow and the next day, the 8th and the 9th. And I wanted to talk about it before Megan's podcast hit because I want to focus on her tomorrow. So I wanted to talk about Rayback today. Well, y'all know my feelings about it. Now, I'm not going to be disappointed if it turns out that Harry and Megan still is not granted their security because I don't feel comfortable with them being over there. Because I don't know if it's me, and y'all tell me in the comments, but it seems to me, especially since Megan's success with Love Megan and As Ever, it just seems like the hate and the vitriol just keeps getting more and more intense. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I have been seeing some stuff from people, and it really, really, really is concerning to me. So I will not be disappointed. I know Harry wants to go over to his home country, and it would be lovely if he could. It would be lovely if they could have a home over there and the kids could know their side of their culture. It would be great. But that is something in a fairy tale because those people are not going to allow that. It is too much jealousy and envy when it comes to those left behinds over there. And I just don't see it happening. And so I think they should stay here in America. I would feel really, really better about that. Y'all know how I feel about this whole Birmingham 27. I'm not feeling that either because it just seems like, mm, it seems like a setup to me. I hate to say it. I said it out loud, but I've been feeling that for a while because Cinnabale has just the whole thing, the hostile takeover of Cinnabale has really, really made me feel like maybe Birmingham 27 might be a setup as well. I don't know. I am praying and hoping for the best. All I know is God's willing, Birmingham 2027, I am going to be on pins and needles. And if Rayback still refuses to give him security, to me, that just does not seem like a good idea to go over there to Birmingham in 2027. That's them saying they still don't want him over there. But I digress. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty was posting about the whole Rayback hearing. And they said, as Prince Harry's appeal against Rayback's decision to illegally strip him of security is heard this week, I want to once again thank Tyler Perry for stepping up when he didn't have to, and literally saving Harry and Meghan's lives. Where is the lie in that? Because we all know, and I just want to say this, if y'all hear something, it's because work is being done outside, but the pop-up has to go on. But I digress. Yes, uh, this is not a lie because we all know that he as in Charles and William had stopped taking Harry's phone calls and pulled that security. They did. And then on top of that, drop the dime on their location. Who does that? Except someone who does not care about the life of their family member. I don't care how mad I get with my children. It is no way I would put their life in jeopardy and have no qualms about it and would not take their phone calls and actively drop a dime on their location so the vultures could go in and get them. This is what Charles did. And he didn't do it one time, he did it again and again. I'm just saying. Look at the squatty down at the bottom, what she said. It says, can you imagine taking away your child's security? Then you tell the vultures in your media his location. That's exactly what Charles did. He did that. And like I said, not only did he do that for his darling boy, because y'all know that's what Harry said, that's what Charles calls him in Spare. We learned that in Spare. You're my darling boy. Listen, he must not have been such a darling boy to you that you absolutely put his life on the line and the life of his wife and small baby. That's why I get so hyped every time I see an article of them talking about how Charles wants to see his grandchildren. He didn't want to see his grandchildren enough to want them to live, at least Archie, because he dropped, not only did he drop a dime on Harry's location, he dropped a dime on Archie's location as well. Archie was like 6 months old, and he could have cared less about his life. I'm just saying. And this particular squatter goes on to say, a good Samaritan came along and gave your child shelter. What do? Well, you double down to the threat of your child's life by telling the world his new location. Karma is coming. Yes, because even when they were over there at Tyler Perry's house, you remember, Harry said 6 weeks after they were over in Canada, their location was leaked. Then when they went over where Tyler Perry's house, 6 weeks after that, that location was leaked as well. I'm just saying, they did not want Harry and Meghan to survive. Why? Just because of their shine. That was before the Oprah interview. That was before anything. Harry and Meghan hadn't opened their mouth, and they were actively trying to take their life. At least they didn't care if someone else took it. So they can miss me completely about it was the Oprah interview. It was the Harry and Meghan documentary. No, it wasn't. They were doing these very, very nefarious things. Danger. They put their lives in danger way before Harry and Meghan ever opened their mouth on an interview with Oprah. So they can stop that nonsense. Let's get it straight, not twisted, that these people care nothing about Harry and Meghan as long as Harry and Meghan are successful. Now, if they were failures, if they were somebody that they could use to their advantage to scapegoat and throw under the bus, oh yeah, they would have security. They would have security because they want those kind of people to remain within the fold so they can control them and use them. Because look at Andrew. Andrew has done just about anything and everything under the sun that any other family would have disowned him by now. But he is soundly within the fold because he keeps his mouth shut and he plays his role of the scapegoat. Every time something goes down, Charles is looking for Andrew, pulling him from under the bed to throw under the bus. And he plays that role. And as long as he plays that role, he absolutely will stay within the fold. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said this: Pa is going straight to hell. Y'all know that's what Harry calls Charles Pa. Said Pa is going straight to hell when he dies and via the express lane. All I can say is, where is the lie? Where is it? Because not only he has treated his son in such a deplorable way, he has allowed everybody else to treat him in the same manner. He has not ever taken up for Harry, not once. He has never taken up for Meghan, not once. He has never taken up for Archie or Lily, not once. But yet and still, they want us to believe that he still loves them. Get out of here. Like I said, he was willing to allow them to be killed. And let's not get it twisted. Let's call it for what it is. Let's not sugarcoat it. He pretty much put a hit out on his son. Because what is a hit? It is pulling a security of someone that you know that is high profile, and then dropping their location to the most notorious rag it is in Great Britain, the Vale. And you tell me that's not a hit? That is clearly a hit. I would not be surprised if that was not discussed. That's what they wanted it to happen. And so that is the reason why I can be perfectly fine if Harry doesn't win this appeal with Ravak. Now, a lot of squatties said this, that this is to, show that if anything happened, he fought for his security. But I know, I don't know. I shake my head to it. But like I said, I hope he gets what he wants out of it. I know he wants his security. I know he wants to be able to come home as he pleases. I know he does. But like I said, I would be okay with it. Because let's not forget what Charles said in the testimony to Ravak. Remember, he said that he didn't feel that Harry should have security because if something happened to Harry, it would not be a great stress on the British people. He said that. Now I am not saying that those are the exact words he said, but that is what he meant. He said it would not be a great, I think he said it wouldn't be a great burden on the British people. This is a father talking about his son. I'm just saying. So I agree with this squatty. The gates of hell are waiting for him. Now when he punches ticket and get on the glory train, it's gonna take him straight to hell. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this is some of what the squatties are saying under this post about this Ravak and what, is going to go on. I think, like I said, I think it's tomorrow and Wednesday is going to go on. This particular squatty said this: the unnatural father, Chuck, went farther than that. He said, no one in England will grieve the death of my son, Harry. Now, I don't think he phrased it quite like that, but that's what he meant. That's what he meant. And little does he know, people of Great Britain would grieve the death of Harry way more than they would grieve the death of him. Look how they did Queen Betty. They could not keep Harry and Meghan's name out of their mouths. They could not focus on their dead queen that was laying over there in the box. Yes, and look how they have treated Betty since her death. They rarely mention her. It's as if they want to just erase her off the face of the earth. I'm just saying. And I'm just, oh, every time I see that, it makes me angry. And then this particular squatter went on to say, the Windsors are bloody monsters. Where is the lie? Where is the lie? They are bloody monsters. That is the reason why I am apprehensive about this Ravek thing, because I hope Harry is not suffering under any delusions that this family cares anything for him. Because at the end of the day, they only care for themselves. Look how William is looking at Charles, wanting him to hurry up and get out of here. And look how Charles was looking at Queen Betty, wanting her to hurry up and get out of here. That is not what people do. Normal people don't behave like this. They cling and just, you know, want to be close to their parents and want their parents to live as long as possible. These people want them to get out of here. And Williams folks keep on planning all of these stories about when Charles is out of here, what he's going to do. These are not normal people. They are lizard people, okay? They're vipers. They are scorpions. They are not people. And all they do is sting one another till one dies. I'm just saying. All right, we're going to go to the next one. This particular swati said this. This is why I could never ever countenance forgive that kind of evil. I pray Harry accept, especially now with the Cinnabali hostile takeover, that they will never stop. So best to secure everything watertight and thrive. Where is the lie? I said this a while ago. Harry needs to close the circle, especially in his charities, in his organizations that he have created, because they want to take all of that away from him. They want to strip him bare of all his achievements. And like I said, they do, because they could have cared less about his own personal safety. Y'all remember in the documentary Harry and Meghan, and they were talking about this incident, about how Charles had just taken away his security. And we all know why the security was taken away. Well, one of the reasons were because of Christian Jones. You know, Harry refused to take his name, William's aide, Christian Jones' name, out of the lawsuit. And they threatened him with taking away his security. And that's exactly what they did. They chose a staff member over their blood. This is who these people are. Let's not forget. Harry needs to remember who he's dealing with. And Harry probably even knows more now that he's gone through these lawsuits and a lot of stuff has been revealed to him. He knows these are lizard people. So I don't know if he still wants that Ravek security, but whew, I'm just saying. But yes, I'm with this particular squatter. He needs to close his ranks when it comes to all of his achievements, all of his organizations like Travelers and the Halo Trust and all of them. He really needs to be aware of the people that are in these organizations and who he brings into them. Because if he hadn't learned anything, he should learn something from Cinnabale. And then this particular squatty under that said, and your grandchild, meaning that they didn't care about the grandbaby. They didn't care anything about Archie. They could care less. They absolutely, these are lizard people. And Harry needs to remember that these are lizard people. They only care about their own success, that they are the ones who are front facing, that no one around them is better than they are. It's crazy to me. And it's so unfair to the British people. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. That is our little pop up for the day. Tell me what y'all think. Yes, Ravek is going to have the hearing, and I don't think we're going to get like an instant result of what is going to happen. But tell me how y'all feel. Do y'all think that he should get it or he shouldn't get it? Or how do y'all feel about it? But like I said, I have been consistent all the way through this, and that is I would not want Harry to get it because I don't trust nobody over there. Y'all know it ain't a low they won't go. And if you believe it is a bottom for these folks, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Bye.